We've all been told, eat more vegetables. It's the key to staying young and healthy. But what if I told you that certain vegetable combinations, even the ones in your daily salad, could actually be slowing down your metabolism? That's right. The very foods you were told to eat more of could be quietly working against you, draining your energy, slowing fat burn, and even interfering with your hormones. And this becomes even more dangerous after 60, when your thyroid naturally slows, digestion becomes more sensitive, and your body has a harder time balancing blood sugar. A recent study in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism revealed that specific plant compounds, when combined, can block key nutrients like iodine, trigger sugar spikes, and even reduce mitochondrial activity, the engine of your metabolism. So in this video, we'll reveal 5 popular veggie combinations that may look healthy on your plate, but could be the silent reason you feel tired, cold, or stuck. Wait until you hear number 1. You're probably eating it weekly. Now, just to be clear, this video is not personal medical advice. We're sharing these insights purely for educational purposes. You should always speak with your healthcare provider before making any major changes to your diet or supplements. But everything we'll cover here is based on real science, real studies, and real stories from people over 60 who've seen amazing changes once they stopped sabotaging their metabolism with these healthy habits. Before we dive in, tell us in the comments, have you ever tried eating healthier but ended up feeling worse? Or maybe your metabolism has slowed and you're not sure why. We'd love to hear your story. We're replying to every comment with helpful tips and encouragement. So let's dig into it, starting with veggie mistake number 5.
Number 5, broccoli plus kale, the goitrogenic combo. You've probably heard that both broccoli and kale are superfoods, and they are on their own. But together, and eaten raw, they can create a hormonal traffic jam. Both of these cruciferous vegetables are rich in goitrogens, natural compounds that can block iodine uptake in your thyroid. Why does that matter? Well, your thyroid is like the furnace for your metabolism. It controls your energy, your weight, your body temperature, especially important after 60, when thyroid function naturally declines in many adults. A study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology showed that diets high in raw goitrogens, like those found in broccoli, kale, cauliflower, and bok choy, can interfere with thyroid hormone production when combined excessively. And here's the key. It's not just the food, it's the quantity and the combination. Eating both kale and broccoli raw in the same salad day after day, without steaming them or lightly cooking them, compounds the effect. Daryl, 71, used to blend raw kale and broccoli in his smoothies every morning. He thought he was doing his body a favor. But after 6 months, his energy dropped, and his TSH levels, a marker of thyroid function, shot up. His doctor suggested removing raw crucifers, and within weeks, he felt like himself again. Tips: if you love kale or broccoli, steam them lightly to deactivate the goitrogens. Avoid combining more than one raw crucifer in a single meal. Add iodine-rich foods like seaweed or eggs to balance the effect.
Number 4, carrots plus beets, the sugar spike trap. Now this one surprises people. Carrots and beets are both root vegetables, loaded with antioxidants, fiber, and beta-carotene. But combine them in one meal, and you've just created a natural sugar bomb. Here's why that matters. As we age, our insulin sensitivity declines. That means even natural sugars can spike your blood sugar higher and longer than they used to. Carrots and beets, while nutritious, are both high in glycemic load. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, combining them in a salad or juice can cause an abrupt rise in glucose levels, especially in older adults. That spike leads to an insulin rush and often a crash, which is when you feel tired, foggy, and hungry again within hours. Elaine, 63,
used to drink a fresh carrot-beet juice every afternoon, but she always felt a dip in energy shortly after. Her doctor noticed her A1C was creeping up. Once she switched to a green juice with cucumber, celery, and a hint of lemon, her blood sugar stabilized, and she lost 7 pounds in 6 weeks. Tips: limit carrot plus beet combinations to once a week. Always pair with protein or healthy fats to slow the sugar absorption. If juicing, dilute with water and balance with low glycemic greens.
3. Spinach plus tomatoes, the iron blocker. On their own, spinach and tomatoes are powerful. Spinach is rich in plant-based iron, while tomatoes bring in vitamin C, potassium, and antioxidants like lycopene. But together, they form a silent conflict. Here's why. Spinach contains oxalates, natural compounds that can bind to minerals like iron and calcium, making them harder for your body to absorb. Tomatoes, meanwhile, are highly acidic, especially when raw, and that acidity increases the binding action of oxalates in the gut. In simpler terms, your body may absorb far less iron from spinach if you eat it with tomatoes. That's a big deal after 60, when iron absorption already decreases due to lower stomach acid production. A 2020 study in Advances in Nutrition found that non-heme iron, the kind found in plants, can be reduced by as much as 70% when consumed with oxalate-rich foods and acid-forming combinations. Ruth, 66, was feeling unusually tired, even though her diet was full of greens. Her iron levels were just below normal, and her doctor considered supplements. But a nutritionist suggested she stop combining raw spinach with tomato every day. Within 3 months of switching to steamed spinach with lemon and olive oil, Ruth's iron stores improved without pills. Tips to avoid this trap. Steam spinach to reduce oxalates. Pair spinach with citrus, like lemon or orange, instead of tomatoes. Eat tomatoes separately or cooked with protein-rich meals. Your energy levels depend on proper nutrient absorption. Don't let a healthy combo quietly block your iron.
2. Cucumbers and tomatoes, the digestive disruptor. This one is found in almost every fresh salad. Cucumbers and tomatoes, cool, crunchy, refreshing, but surprisingly, they're not always a good match for your gut, especially after 60. Why? They digest at different speeds and with different pH needs. Cucumbers are alkaline and digest quickly, while tomatoes are acidic and take longer to process. When combined, they can sit in the gut longer, leading to fermentation, bloating, and gas. For younger people with strong digestion, it's not always a problem. But for seniors, where stomach acid is lower and enzyme production slows, these mismatches can lead to sluggish digestion, post-meal fatigue, and inflammation in the gut lining. A 2018 study in clinical gastroenterology linked slower food transit in older adults to increased symptoms of bloating and indigestion when acidic and alkaline raw foods are combined too often. Real story. Frank, 72, loved his cucumber-tomato salad with olive oil, but he always felt bloated after lunch. He thought it was the bread, until he tried separating the two veggies. He had cucumbers at lunch, tomatoes at dinner, and the bloating disappeared. Tips: don't combine cucumbers and tomatoes raw too often. Try pairing cucumber with mint or yogurt. Cooling, soothing. Cook tomatoes or serve them separately to ease digestion.
Potatoes plus corn, the starch bomb that crashes your metabolism. They're comfort foods, familiar, harmless. Boiled potatoes with sweet corn, mashed potatoes with corn chowder, or worse, French fries with corn on the cob at a family barbecue.
But what most people over 60 don't realize is this innocent duo could be the biggest threat to your metabolism. Why? Because both potatoes and corn are starch-heavy carbohydrates that rapidly break down into glucose, flooding your bloodstream with sugar all at once. Unlike fibrous vegetables that digest slowly, these starchy carbs cause your blood sugar to spike fast and then crash. Over time, this can lead to insulin resistance, weight gain, especially around the belly, slower fat metabolism, and increased risk of type 2 diabetes. According to a landmark study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, diets high in glycemic load foods, particularly when combined, lead to a 40% slower metabolic rate in older adults compared to those who consume lower glycemic vegetables. But it's not just about blood sugar. Both potatoes and corn are low in protein and low in fiber, meaning they don't keep you full for long. That leads to snacking, cravings, and slower digestion, especially in aging bodies with less efficient gut enzymes. Meet Leo, 70, retired truck driver. Every evening, he ate a hearty meal of roasted potatoes with buttered corn and steak. Over the years, his belly grew larger, his energy dropped, and he was diagnosed with prediabetes. His doctor prescribed medication, but Leo wanted to try changing his diet first. He started replacing corn with green beans and subbing half his potatoes for roasted cauliflower or mashed white beans. Within 4 months, Leo had lost 12 pounds, lowered his fasting blood sugar by 18 points, and most importantly, felt clearer, faster, lighter. He still enjoys his favorite foods, but now with smarter combinations that work with his metabolism, not against it. Tips to fix it. Never combine 2 starchy vegetables in one meal. Choose one and pair it with fiber-rich greens. Add healthy fats, like olive oil, or protein, like fish or beans, to slow digestion. Replace corn with green veggies, like zucchini, asparagus, or sautéed spinach. Replace some potatoes with cauliflower, turnips, or mashed lentils for more fiber and less sugar impact. Good news, your metabolism is more flexible than you think, even after 60. With the right food combinations, you can reignite fat burning, balance your hormones, and restore energy without crash diets or medications. This isn't about eating less, it's about eating smarter.
Now we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever combined these healthy vegetables without realizing the impact? What food makes you feel bloated or tired, even though it seems nutritious? Drop your story in the comments. We read and reply to everyone. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with someone you love who's trying to eat healthy but isn't seeing results. They might just be one food swap away from feeling better again. Thanks for watching. And remember, your metabolism isn't broken. It just needs the right support.